get this one across the 35. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Now a first down throw, Watson. He's going to look deep down the field. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A big-time play there for the Texans. 42 yards. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On second down, they'll try and run the counter. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on 3rd down.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
So second down was a run play. Now let's see what they do on 3rd. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
And his kick is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharp. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Second down, here's Fournette. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. They'll need to get the play off quickly. 3rd and long for Bridgewater. And Ingram holds it in. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And now a first down following that long gain. And some changes here as the D-line separates some.
Let's go.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
Well, that was an interesting little chess match there because the offense went empty set. No running backs in the backfield, so they're trying to get people out into a route pretty quickly. But guess what? The defense sees that. They go ahead and move themselves into a blitzing situation and come right after the quarterback. They had more guys there than they could block.
Let's go.
They go play action. Bridgewater. And some room to maneuver. And avoids the contact by sliding. That one good for 14 yards. And they're going to have a 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Alongside the former defensive back, Charles Davis.
We got 3, fellas. We got 3.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, Bridgewater. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow. Out of bounds at the 1-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And not great starting field position here for the offense. From the end zone, Watson. And Watson's going to go down in the end zone. It's a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt. And if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, you had the punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Let's go.
2nd down, Bridgewater. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Williams. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there,
Fournette loses it. It's out. And the Texans say they have it. They do. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also wanted to make sure that the ball was possessed as they were going through it, that the ball wasn't working its way free before the knee hit the ground.
Bridgewater now after the fumble recovery. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target. And that takes us from second to third down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Bridgewater now from the 50. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get. And it's just so strange to see that go up on the board. And then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. You got to take care of the ball.
But boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's second down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
On second down, here's Watson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
It shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. Fresh off the pick six, it's Watson. Now they go screen, it's complete. And he's able to get up here to the 26. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. While other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, that big boy's going to keep getting the football. And that might be the direction that they're going to go right now.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
From the 50, it's Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. So the D-line's going to spread out. They begin with a run by Fournette. Running right through him. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
To throw is Bridgewater. His throw incomplete. He was looking for Evan Ingram, the tight end, and it's 2nd down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
They'll toss it to Fournette. And he is knocked down and then landed on pretty awkwardly. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
In motion goes the tight end. On 3rd down, Bridgewater. That's taken in by the rookie, Josh Malone. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. But nothing there. And now the Texans want to call another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. A 2nd down throw for Bridgewater. Quick hitch, complete. It's Stevens. A nice gain at 21 yards.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Tyrell Williams, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Now a hit and a loose football. And the Jags grab it. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. Big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Heading out as the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
That's caught inside the 20. So with the pass being completed, they'll go ahead and take that instead.
Nothing extra to be gained. Pass interference at the spot, completed the pass. That was your play, so it might as well have not even had the penalty.
And now the offense operates in the red zone. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Watson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. Boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the 3rd quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
Let's go. Flex round. Flex round.
The final shot before the break. Watson finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he is level. Knocked down hard. Well, we're going to let you off a little easy there, LR. Halftime interrupted, and we are ready to get to this 3rd quarter. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
They'll run it now out of the gun. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be stopped up quickly here at the 38. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
Come on, let's go.
From the gun, here's Watson. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 19. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now Leonard Fournette, and he is going to lose yardage here. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
Play clock winding down. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Call it 7 yards on the carry, so a pretty good gain, but still left with a tough 3rd and 8.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. The 21 yards there as they convert on third. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Get ready. Tiger, 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 tiger. Force.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
2nd down and 4. On play action, it's Bridgewater. Eluding the pressure, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. On after the sack, he's still down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game. Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Clock showing 90 seconds to go in the 3rd. They'll run it now out of the gun. A big hit. Knocked down sideways right at the 45. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. So 2nd and medium, 2nd and 5 now. Now a handoff looking right. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Watson on 3rd down. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Miles Jack able to drop it for a loss of 12, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Drew Kaiser now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Back now in Jacksonville. Here's Drew Kaiser now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This is taken at about the 14. Might have been one man away from 6 points. As it stands, it's a huge return. And the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. Fournette, a first down carry. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Again, it's Fournette. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
A handoff to Fournette. And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. Here's a give to Fournette. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Open man right side is Ingram. And he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. Call it no gain, and it's going to be second and goal. They'll give Fournette another crack, and he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars are pouring it on. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And now out comes Houston. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
See if they stay on the ground for second down.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. Here we go. What? Let's Ohio.
Back to throw, Watson. And his throw here's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
The Texans on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. A shotgun snap for Watson. Looking deep downfield. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. On now, Kaiser, the punter, sending it away. Fielded at the 20. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And, Charles, in a very one-sided affair, I think we've reached the point in the broadcast where you and I, we may have some filling to do, right?
Yeah, I think you're right about that because we got to try and keep people around. We don't want them to change the channel. Stay with us in this game. Is that Ben Ramsar? Are you hearing from Ben on the headset here? Tell us, stretch this thing out a little bit.
Get some talking points. Dig them all out.
That's what you get. A big-time producer. Keep them here.
They go play action here on 1st down. Steps away to his left. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. And that, not a sight you want to see. Leonard Fournette, very slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So they pick up the 1st down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set.
Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 11.
Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one. Maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
Now Cody Parkey out to try the field goal. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And Parkey's kick is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And here comes the Texans now. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. 20, 10. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Jakeem Grant now to return. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right? And sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages.
Here we go. Detroit. All right, now, look at 56.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 14.
Let's go.
Now Chavez. From the gun, he'll throw. Escaping the press. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. And now the Texans want to call another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Here's Tressway now. Standing just outside his own goal line. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
And this one incomplete. And all that remains is 13 seconds. The Texans on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14.
Come on, let's go.
To throw from his end zone. Watson. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Here's Drew Kaiser now as he's on to punt for Houston. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one goes sailing out of bounds. Where did it cross? Well, they're going to say on this side of midfield. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now, to put someone back deep.